Last call on that. Okay, we've got some really cool bangles coming up, and I think if you love fashion, if you love style, if you love color, if you want an instant statement piece, go for a bangle, and not just any bangle. These are not fake, these are not faux, these aren't glass or plastic, this is not an imitation stone. This is the real deal. This is the genuine article. You can choose from all these beautiful colors. We have denim lapis, we have a red coral, we have, I'm not sure if there are any of these to go around.
Black obsidian, but I'm not sure those aren't sold out.
Okay, I'll just set that aside because I think that's almost sold out, and we'll concentrate on the green quartz. So 3 colors, 2 sizes. We have a small medium and we have a medium large. You kind of know where you fit. They're a nice oval design and they're hinged, so they're easy to take on and take off. What a concept.
Well, you know, the big thing with this, and we have some B-roll on this. I don't know if we have that where we could show. It kind of explains how we manufacture it. But this is really, it looks simple, but to tell you the truth, this is probably one of the more complex projects that we've done recently. These are carved. So they're carved, if you think about these, are carved from one piece. So it's all natural material. The coral, think about the size of the piece of coral that we had to use to be able to cut this. So, and again, with all of them, they're all individually hand cut from the material. But the story on this is I actually penciled this out. I drew this out. It was the concept that I wanted to do. And I love bangles. I've been doing bangles since the late 70s. I mean, but what is the big challenge with any kind of bangle bracelet that you're going to make in metal or in stone in this case, where we've used the natural stones? The big thing is this: with bangles, the bangle has to be big enough where it can go over your hand and then go onto your wrist. But the hand is so much larger than your wrist.
Right.
By the time you make something big enough to go over your hand, squeeze it through over your hand to get on your wrist.
It's too big on your wrist.
It flops around.
Flops around.
I think maybe, you know, I'm not really sure, but I think maybe that's where the name, why they call them bangle. Right? Because they bang around on your wrist. You know, that would really be interesting to research that. But I'm pretty sure that that's why they would call it a bangle bracelet, because they bang. So what I did, I looked at this and I was thinking, okay, if you look at your wrist is not round, right? Your wrist is actually an oval.
Right.
Everybody's wrist is oval. They're not round. So then I was thinking, well, the only reason that we make a big round ball is because we want it to go over the hand. That's why we do the big round design. So what I did is we made it oval, but then we had to figure out, okay, that's not going to fit over your hand. So how can we do that? So we actually created this. We invented this. This is our finding. You can't go buy these. They're all hand done. We make every one of that. That is not a commercial finding. That is something that we build in our shop from scratch, from hand. That's all proprietary right there. You can't go anywhere and get those. You can't order them anywhere. We made that just for this project. And I think that that's kind of really is what sets us apart. And it's kind of cool is that we can actually figure things out like this on our designs, and then we can make it work. So I'm really proud of this project, and it turned out really well, and this is a great finding. They're so easy to put on, they're easy to remove, and also they've got 2 safety clasps so that you can make sure that they're gonna stay on your wrist.
All you have to do is pick your color and your size. So small, medium, that's gonna fit up to like a 7-inch wrist, medium, large, up to an 8-inch wrist. You know basically what size wrist you have. You really can't go wrong because once you click it on, it doesn't flip or spin or turn around. That's why I think you're gonna be so appreciative. Also, look at the amount of gemstones that you're getting here. We have never done this price until now. You're looking at the lowest prices we've ever offered. At retail, you would spend about $250 for this quality, this size of hand-carved denim lapis. That is one solid piece. These are not reconstituted. This is not compressed. This is not a dyed material. This is the original. These are the natural colors. This is that beautiful, gorgeous green quartz. So you can almost see through it. It has that wonderful translucency that gives it that lit from within glow. This is our coral. This is genuine coral.
This is Indonesian coral.
$80 off our regular price. They are going very quickly. Last call, looks like coral will be the first to go, and then the green, and then the lapis. I think they'll look beautiful together because you've got all your really gorgeous primary colors all in one.
Well, you know, this, one comment I'll make on this is this, that when I drew this up, at first when we started to build it, they said, you're out of your mind. There's no way that you can make this work. And so, you know, but they kept working on it, and they finally did make it work. So that was number one. Number two is when you develop something like this, and then you actually get the finished product, and everybody sees the finished product. And in this case, it turned out superb, right? It's amazing. But the big thing is if you realize really what you're looking at here and how complex it is to make these, they have to be perfect. So when you're carving these out, they have to be perfect, perfect, perfect. Otherwise, they won't come together perfully, right?
That's right.
If they're off even just a little bit, even though with the finding, you can't make that up. So if there's any little where you took shaved a little bit too much off one side, or there's any defect in them at all, you have to reject them because they're made in two pieces. So the reason I'm telling you that is my supervisor, who actually was in charge of this particular project I did, when I was thinking about doing other designs like this and doing it, you know, more, you know, in different materials, and he said, please, he goes, he told me, he goes, I really love you and everything, but, you know, don't do this
Please
to
don't
me.
do this to me again.
And the reason is, if you could, I should go and shoot a B-roll.
It's so labor intensive.
Well, and he was walking around with his phone and his camera. He's going, do you see that pile? Do you see that pile? Do you see that pile? And I go, yeah. I said, why do we have all those piles? He goes, okay, perfect. I'll tell you why we have all these piles, because if they're off just a little bit, so it's like having these little half pieces all over the shop in little piles. And so, but the only thing we can do with them is we can cut them up, and we're gonna make them into beads. I mean, but so now we have to take them and
right, there's so much lost, right, in the rough. And I guess we're not able to find the video for you, but the labor-intensive process here is extraordinary. These have been featured in many presentations before today, but until this weekend,
never at this price.
They have never been this price. There has never been a better time to get this bangle. We have 3 different gemstones, the lapis, the coral, and the green quartz. I think they're all beautiful. This honestly feels like and looks like jade. This also, of course, red coral in these sizes, in this natural material. You have to go to the vault to get it. And then, of course, you know, denim lapis is that beautiful, gorgeous denim color of the lapis that Jay gets from Afghanistan. No one else has these gemstones at these prices. No one else can do those beautiful, custom, detailed, decorative silver work like Jay can do. So it's an incredible opportunity buy, lowest price ever. So jump right in. And remember, at midnight, our FlexPay goes away. And we don't want you to miss out on FlexPay, because that always gives you an extra easy opportunity to get it home. See for yourself. If you don't love it, you can return it, but right now you can get it home for about $20. And go ahead, take it for a little test drive. Did you know you can apply today and buy today with the HSN